Hey everybody, it's the Abstractionist. Okay, so this video is going to be kind of like the vending like wrap up video or whatever. So generally I do these videos. I have a cat. Usually I do the vending thing. I kind of pick the video, pick the decks that I'm going to use for the event. And then I started to do like post vending, like post event, like wrap up essentially. So that's what this is. So basically I like did this spur of the moment. So yeah, it was like a local thing, not on my side of town per se, but it was like a local event. There was like a soap shop, like they're on the corner of a street. So they have vendors like kind of wrapped around the corner that they occupy. And so they had like vending slots open, and then they had closed at some point because I follow them on my personal IG, where I follow a lot of like community things related to where I live. So farmers markets, concerts, cultural events, stuff like that. So they had that and it closed, and I noted it, and I was like, I am so bad about following through with a lot of stuff. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. Anyway, I followed somebody, and then like, I think last Friday or something like that, or early Monday, somewhere in there, I saw that they still had slots open. Like, I guess a few people may have dropped out or something. So I went, emailed them, said, yeah, I can do it, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I got accepted into it. It was like free to vend, which is like the first time I've done a free to vend event, which is really great because I don't like vending fees. I'm sorry. I had considered another vending opportunity for like last week or something like that, and I was like, let me wait, because I did that before at that event, and I didn't like that event. I feel like I lost money when it came to like vending. Technically I lost money on this because I had to buy my table. Someone who I asked, they already had like given their table out to someone else, so I couldn't like borrow that. And tables are surprisingly expensive. Like the 6x2 or 6x2.5 foot tables, they start at like $45, $60. It's like between $45 and $60, and I'm like, for this table? For this table though, like, so. But now I have like a 4-foot table, but I'm gonna have to invest in like longer ones, because we'll come to that at the last part of the video. So I bought that, and I got a folding chair because I didn't want them to just be standing there. Usually when I do events, it's usually at one particular place, and I'm usually in like a booth or something like that, so I don't have to worry about a table or seating or anything like that. But since it was outside, or they didn't provide tables rather, like I had to kind of like bring my own stuff. So that was the cost associated. So it was from 11 to 4. I didn't have a tent, and I decided to stick it out, thug it out in the sun. I could have gone over to the shade, but I would have been just hidden, and then like the person's booth next to us, like they needed to exit and enter their like tent, so it kind of would have like disturbed what they were doing. So I thugged it out from 11 to 4 in the sun, and it was cool. Like I didn't do that many readings. Like I think I did the same amount as like the last time I did vending. So it was like 2 people. It was like one lady who lived in the neighborhood. She said she was gonna come like stop by, and then she like just never came back. And like people, they walk by like, I'm gonna come back, and it's like, that's a pro tip. Like, just pro tip on this in regards to business: don't take nobody serious until they like pay you for real. Until they like sit down. If you're a tarot reader, until they like sit down and ask for a reading, don't take, I'm gonna be real, don't take them serious. Because I had an opportunity, because I learned how to like sew clothes and stuff like that, and I was gonna like hem some stuff and put out like a little ad or whatever. And on one of my like neighborhood apps or something like that, and I like, she like had her number and I contacted her and I was like, I can do X, Y, and Z, this is like the price, like that. Oh, I'll get back to you. Child never got back to me. So say all that to say, when you're doing any business venture or whatever, and I learned this like through experience, but like also I listen to business people on my personal YouTube like personal YouTube account, like until they come to you, sit down and say, I want X, Y, and Z, and like follow through with that. And that's not to be rude, don't be rude about it, but like, so I had 2 people and then 3 potential. The lady across that was vending, she was like, yeah, like I would like one. Cool, we were packing up, never heard from her again. And I'm starting to get to the point where like, I don't want to like, I'm not begging you to read, like I'm not like, oh, I can do a reading. Like either you ask for it and you follow through or you don't. And I'm starting to take that approach. That's my Saturn energy coming through. My Saturn in Pisces, pose my Mars in Virgo rising. I just don't have time for y'all here with regards to that. So I had 2 people, 2 3 card readings. So I think I've said this before, but I do a 1 card, a 3 card, and a 5 card reading. So I offer that there. And then if you like want a personal reading outside of that, it's just the flat like 35. So 1 for 10, 3 for 20, 5 for 35, and then flat 35 if you're gonna book me outside of a vending kind of event. So those are the prices I have. So yeah, this was pretty cool. I liked it. It was the first time that I was at this kind of spot, and I would do it again. I think that I would, 1, get a tent, and then 2, this is kind of what leads me into like where I want to go with this thing. So I actually registered a business in my state. So I registered a business in my state. It was meant to be for my massage. I'll come to that later. It's probably gonna be a Saturn return video. I decided to do 2 trade names. So let's back up. So for people who want to start a business, the way it works in my state is you file all the paperwork to do like the LLC or whatever you're doing, and then you can do a trade name. So the trade name is just a name that you use outside of your LLC. So if you want your company name to be Big Bucks, you can either make Big Bucks LLC, or you can make Casino Draft LLC, and then Big Bucks is the trade name that you use. So people will know you by Big Bucks, but the LLC's name is, you know what I'm saying? So I registered a business like around, I think my grandmother's birthday, and then like by my birthday, I think most of the stuff was done because I paid to do it in advance, like rapid the next day, rush delivery, to do that. So I registered like an actual LLC name and then a trade name, and I'm going to do another trade name. So the first trade name that I did is actually going to be for my spiritual shop. So doing this today made me realize I need to make a spiritual shop. And the reason why is I feel like I've hit a wall in terms of doing vending events and just providing tarot. I feel like there's only so much you can do to a table to look inviting for people to come in. And then also people are still very weird about tarot, and it's kind of weird when like I just started drawing at one point, and then you look up and people like quickly turn away, and I'm like, what, like, why are you, like, I'm not peering into your soul to like take energy or something from you. Like, I'm just like, hey, like, people are like so scared to like meet your eyes. Like, especially if they're like trying to avoid you because they don't want to go to your booth. It's kind of like sad, but then it's just like, it is kind of funny because it's just, you kind of just like, if you do believe in being a witch, you're like, I'm a powerful witch. Like, look at these people. They cower before me. Anyway, so I decided to go forward with like a business, and then having a business that provides like products. So that is where I'm going next. I don't see myself making like a shop that like sells like a whole bunch of shit. Like, you know how they sell crystals, incense, and they sell books, and they sell tarot decks. I think I'm starting off just like tarot cloths. I don't know if I want to do tarot bags, but tarot cloths, especially tarot cloths, like some tapestries, little artwork, things like that, trinkets made of clay, magnet, stuff like that. And then also I want to do a little bit of like mini perfumes, incense, stuff like that. I would love to gradually get to a point where I could wholesale like decks or something like that. But I definitely am looking at my cat, because my cat is like, she's like, ugh. She's 12 years old. So just get to the point where I can do like that kind of stuff. But being in school, I feel like I can really only manage like the stuff that I mentioned before, like the books and the decks and all, you know, stuff like that. Because that requires a lot of like messaging and dealing with people, and you have to like find a warehouse for that. Like, that requires a lot more than just you going to like Michael's and like getting clay and then like making shit and then like getting some like wrapping paper and some bags, and there you go. You go on Canva. I have a Canva account. You make your logo, you make your stickers, you make your business cards, and that's it. There you go. Like, that requires a lot more, right? So that would be like a few years down the line, if I even continue with this, right? Like, because I may start this and then like totally decide to pivot into something else. I also have other interests in my art. So I have an art channel, I have a writing channel, I have a massage channel that's not active for real. So let's count this. I have this channel, my art channel, my writing channel, my massage channel, my love channel, and my own personal YouTube that doesn't do videos. I just use it to like watch really personal stuff, business stuff. And then the other channels are like, I try to follow things that are similar to what my channel actually is. So I have a lot of stuff that I want to do, right? Like, I like fashion. I want to make clothes. That takes time. I make art. That takes time. And then I do spiritual work. That takes time. So these are technically 3 separate businesses, and I would love to have an ecosystem where they are all together, but that may require like additional like legal paperwork, like getting business set up in a certain way. And I kind of do think that I should have made the name a little bit more neutral. That way I probably could incorporate like all of that together, because there's 2 websites that I really like. One is called Tangerine, and then the other is Boketo Wellness. So one's in Richmond, one's in NYC, and Boketo Wellness is more wellness based, but it also has the split of practitioners like massage, acupuncture, stuff like that. And then Tangerine doesn't have that aspect, the wellness aspect of it, but it has like the traditional like store that you would go to retail that has clothing and then bath and then, you know, bags and then shoes and stuff like that. So my idea is a merge of like kind of both. But the reason I'm going to get 2 separate trainings is because one aspect is the wellness part, and then the other aspect is the more physical item retail part. And I don't know if I personally want to like put those together based on the stuff that I do, right? I don't want my retail space kind of interfering with my like massage stuff. Should I like continue to pursue that? That's another thing. We'll see. Saturn video. Anyway, let's recap the decks that I have today. So I use for the tarot decks Deviant Moon. Well, I brought them. Deviant Moon, Hermetic Tarot, Okay Tarot, Tarot and Mystical Moments, Omni Tarot, Dream Dust Shamanic Tarot. For non-tarot decks, Woodland Wardens, and the Box of Emotions. So these are the decks that I brought today. The two that got used are Dream Dust Shamanic Tarot and the OK Tarot. So I guess I was right about like keeping it, because I felt like, I don't know, the last time I did it, the OK Tarot wasn't hidden. So I guess it was hidden this time. So this one and this one, this is a really lovely deck. I feel like I've shown you guys this deck. If I'll go back and see if I think I've shown you guys this deck when I like do reviews. But yeah, if you like abstract art, you would like this deck. And so somebody used this. So I'm really excited about doing that stuff that I mentioned to kind of get my business out. Wax melts and candles is also something I'm interested in. Particularly wax melts. I feel like they're a little easier, and I love like aromatherapy and essential oils and stuff like that, and I feel like that one will be easier to deal with, because candles you have to like care and stuff like that, like, and you also need a lot more space to hold them. But I'm definitely up for the challenge. I want to at least do the wax melts this year, because I already have the business and stuff like that, so it would just be me sitting down making wax melts. So these are the things that I've been thinking about. Obviously, like, I've already done the paperwork and shit like that. I try not to tell people what I'm doing, because like on some level, like, I don't know, some people be haters out here. And I am becoming, that's another spiritual video for another day, but I am becoming very aware of people and their energy and their intent with stuff. So I try to like do things and then announce it. Spiritual protection 101. Move in silence loudly, as some people do. But anyway, that's the vending thing. That's where I want to go. That's why I want to go in that direction. And I kind of just feel like there's some events that I really want to partake in. Like, I really want to partake in more spiritual based events, just because like it could be hit or miss. Like, I can do vending events for other stuff that I do, right? Like I do art, and I do art, I write, so I can make zines if I want to, and then I am going to start upcycling fashion, right? I already learned how to sew, do patterns and stuff like that, but like I can vend for that kind of stuff. But when I do my spiritual work, sometimes like the events that I'm picking, they work, but I feel like if I specify like certain, you know, like if I niche down a little bit to where I'm actually applying, not just applying to apply. Some places are happy to have a tarot reader. Some people are a little bit more reserved, and I think that sometimes the crowd is more reserved with regards to having a tarot reader or spiritual kind of person in the space. I don't know, some people are still very weird about that. So I would like to pick spaces where I think it's more welcoming. So there's a few like spirituality specific events I'm looking into. So there's that. This is a long video. I'm sorry, girls, guys, everybody. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching. So I'll see you in the next one. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.